Hello and welcome to Building on a Budget Models. Today we're going to be unboxing this, the Tamiya McLaren Honda Mp4, the most dominant racing car in Formula One history, the car which won Ayrton Senna his first World Championship in 1988. I think it won 15 out of 16 races in that year's championship. This kit is no longer in production, as this is a second-hand version, but it's completely unopened, so it'd be quite interesting to see what it's inside. Let's have a look. Okay, as you can see there, tyres, unopened, very thick rubber tyres. This is a 120 kit. There are also some screws there, because the wheels screw in using those. Just a couple of clear parts, the visor and the low visibility light, I believe. See this bag here, over there, and this bag here, also got the tyre decals in it. We'll look at those in a moment. We've got a sheet about the painting and markings. Decals themselves still seem to be okay, actually. I'll also be showing you some of the aftermarket parts which I've got for this kit, but I'll be doing that afterwards. So firstly, as we can see here, the instructions in black and white, as Tamiya normally are. The 1988 Grand Prix Formula One season will be long remembered as the closing season for turbocharged racing engines, and the one that demonstrated the awesome potential of this method of propulsion. In an attempt to even the odds, Formula One racing rules for 1988 imposed additional restrictions on turbocharged racers by limiting displacements to 1.5 litre, 150 litres of fuel and a maximum boost of 2.5 bars, as compared to a 3.5 litre displacement and unlimited fuel capacity for the normally aspirated racers. McLaren Honda's team turbocharged Mp4 Formula One racer kept the headlines throughout the season with their amazing performance, and the 11 consecutive victories was more than enough to demonstrate its command of the circuits. The team won 8 of these races with a 1-2 finish during the winning streak, and nailed down the Constructors title with 5 races still left in the season. The superb compact chassis was designed by the very talented Gordon Murray, chief designer for McLaren, and it was beautifully mated to Honda's 1.5 litre V-format 6-cylinder turbocharged RA168E engine. Top-ranked Formula One drivers Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna drove these much talked about record-breaking Mp4 racing machines to win both the Constructors and Drivers' Championships for the 1988 season. Interesting there how it doesn't reference the fact that Senna was the Drivers' Champion. But yeah, anyway, we'll have a look inside. So here it's got some of the call-outs for colours, pure white, fluorescent red, black, white, blue, green, red, silver, gold, semi-gloss black, clear red, matte black, copper, flat brown, matte aluminium, dark grey, metallic grey. Okay, it starts here. I'll just let you look at this. Now next we'll look at the decals. Now these are the ones that came with the kit. The red is still pretty vibrant. I won't be using this red because I do have the Tamiya TS fluorescent red, which I'll be using instead. Now Luke from Scale Motor, link is up above, he made one of these recently, very brilliantly made, and he didn't use any of his original kit decals. Now these I think are in a little bit worse condition than mine, however it does mean that I do have these spares in case any of mine aren't quite up to scratch. But yeah, that's nice to have. I think it was just a couple up here that he used. I think he used the Hobby Design set instead. Here's some pictures of Luke's outstanding McLaren Mp4 build. You can see some of the extra parts and photo etch details that he's added to it. He's recently started his own YouTube page, just simply called Scale Motor. There's a link in the description as well as up above. You could also check him out on Instagram at Scale Motor. Please do, as he's really talented. But then as well with the instructions, there's this information here about the markings, basically the positioning for the decals. I don't know why this is on a separate sheet because it's normally included in the instructions. But there we are. Here it is, separate. So yeah, here are the tyres. Really chunky, solid tyres here. Actually got seam line down the middle, which I'll have to remove. But yeah, definitely 120 scale. These are, it's quite big. And then, as well as that, we've got these little kind of screws here. I'll leave those in there. Don't want to lose them. Right, go through these. So there's the tyre markings. There we've got the floor. This looks, you know, really well moulded, especially considering it's so old. There's parts of the inside, some of the electronics there. Yeah, parts of the engine, turbo, steering wheel, parts of the radiators. Now, the seat belts here are moulded in, so I might have to see what I can do about that, because I've got some photo etch ones which I'll be using instead. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, considering how old this is, I'm really impressed. But yeah, it was unopened, so I should hope it was still in good condition. And then we've got this one, 2 sprues in here. So I'll look at the smaller black one first. As you can see here, we've got lots of suspension parts. They are very thin. Doesn't really look like there's much in the way of flash. Wheels all seem very well moulded. Brakes, all one part. I've seen there's a very detailed aftermarket brake kit, but I've not got those. Yeah, it all looks very good. And here's the bodywork. Now, a lot of people I've seen who've made this have cut here and removed this. I may well do that on mine. Yeah, there's wing parts. All looks very, very nice indeed. Yeah, I can't believe this is so old actually, looking at it. And then the last part is just this. So yeah, just that there, and that little light bit there. Yeah, not much there at all, but very nice, very clear. I'm going to keep it that way. There's a decal that needs to go on that Tag Heuer one, so you need to make sure that that ends up looking nice. Obviously, I've already shown you the decals that are included with the kit. I got these from modelworks.co.uk. They are at a variety of different scales, but I know that there are enough here to match up with the ones in the kit. I don't think I'll be using any of these red logos though, because I think that there are some on the decal sheet, and they will be a better match for the colour used on the model. So yeah, got those. Next I got one of these stencils for the wheel, bought this from Hero Boy, and yeah, that will give some really nice markings on the tyres. This is specifically designed for this car, but obviously if I get any other 120 cars with Goodyear tyres in the future, I'll be able to use that. Next I've got a Tamiya seatbelt set here. Now I won't be using these because I've got some buckles that come with the Photo-etch set, but I will be using the black belts in the middle, and then these I'll be able to keep for a future car instead. Obviously won't be using that because they weren't using Bridgestone tyres at this point, but nice to know I've got it for the future. And then next, so this is the Perfect Parts detail set, which has 4 Photo-etch sprue, so I will open this up and show you what's inside. So you can see here, it comes with quite a few. I'll show you the instructions. So on this side it has tips about how to use it, has their numbers and letters for that sprue, and numbers and letters for these ones as well, and here information about the NBW nut bolt washer assemblies, which they recommend you get some pins for, so I'll need to get some pins for that. Also some instructions up here about how to best paint it, and some icons there to go with the instructions. Lots of instructions here about where they need to go, so lots to think about. I think I've got my homework here, haven't I? Okay, so firstly here are the nuts, bolts and washers, and you can see there are a little code on them for different sizes. So yeah, that's that. Here are the seatbelt buckles, that's upside down, but these are very nice and shiny. Really catch the light. Having used some like this recently, I can see that these are much larger. And then we've got this sprue, which has got lots of engine parts, but has also got these quite nice McLaren Mp4, 1988 Senna Prost. The Honda logos go on the engine. So these, maybe one day if I do a display base or something like that, I may use some of these on it, because those are really nice. And then finally, this is the heaviest of the parts, and these are for the wings. That'll look really nice to go on the rear wing and the front wing. You can see that's a lot more solid than the other ones. Now Luke on his model used the Top Studio detail upset, and he also sent me this really nice glossy set of pictures of the car kind of undercover, which is really useful because it means that you've got some fantastic information about where particular parts go. You can see there as well. As I've said, I don't have this one, but that is really useful. He knew that he didn't need this anymore, so he let me have it. So yeah, thank you very much, Luke. So there we have it, unboxed. I hope to start this before the new year, but I might not. I highly doubt I will finish it before 2020 comes to an end. So I've got this one to look forward to. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.